And then we started incorporating that into the garments we wear today and what messages we're sending to society. Like, everybody has their own thing that they're saying when they dress every day, whether they're aware of it or not.
What about hats? What do they say? That's an amazing.
Oh, thank you. I think of hats as of crowns. Like, I think of them as crowns.
Okay.
So this is my crown, and it's just the color that I was feeling today. Yeah. But it just means that I come from a royal people. So that's what I think of when I wear my hat. Like, I'm gonna put on my crown today.
Right. I was just wondering. Oh, an extension of your hair is a part of your crown, too.
Yes, ma'am. So it's an extension to it. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. So we were talking about the art of passion. So passion, it sounds like writing is definitely a passion for you.
Absolutely.
Can you explain how early you recognized this passion?
Sure. I've always wrote things, like maybe even when I was not even able to spell. I was a writer. I would just jot things down on notebooks. But I think I started to really realize that this was a passion of mine when I was not able to do my first passion, which was basketball. I injured my Achilles, and I couldn't do anything else. So the only thing I just started to do was just jot down a lot of things, and I found that it was kind of a way of an escape for me. So I realized, like, this is something I really cannot live without. I might be able to live without basketball, but if I can't express myself through my words, then I'm gonna feel like I'm dying, you know.
Trapped inside.
Yeah,
inside the garment.
Right.
That's interesting.
Right.
That's very powerful too.
Thank you.
Passion. And so when you started writing, do you have a preference with regard to screenwriting or film writing? Have you found one to be more of a sweet spot over the other?
Honestly, I think my sweet spot is lyrics. Like, I love being a lyricist. But if I had to decide between screenplay or a playwright, I would say the one that gives you the most, like, bang for your buck is playwright. Like, the energy that comes behind it when everything is, you can see it and there's no redos or anything, is just happening at that moment. It's so powerful.
Right.
It's really cool.
Theater. Lloyd, what do you think about that, Sissy?
Well, you know, I think that theater and playwriting is way more interesting and exciting than screenwriting.
Yeah?
I do. Because I think you get the energy from your audience, right? And oftentimes it's not the same show.
It's not.
Every night.
It's
right?
not.
Because a big part of it depends on the energy that's brought into the space.
Right.
By your audience.
Absolutely. Right? You play off of that as an actress, you know, or an actor.
Or as a director.
Or a director. You know, we can make some adjustments. Like, you know what? Hold that line just a beat longer and the audience may get it this time, you know. So it's the little things that you do see and you pick up on. So absolutely, the audience plays a huge role when it comes to theater. Yeah,
I think so. I love it.
Were you the director for the art, for the message in a garment?
Yes, I was the writer and director. Yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
How was that challenge, both writing and directing?
To me, I feel like it's easier because I'm directing everything as I'm writing it down. So I'm being visual, like I can see it, and so I'm putting words to what I see in my mind. And then when I go to direct it, I'm going from that same point of view, like, oh, I seen it this way, so now it's just, you know, it's manifesting. You know, so it's a lot easier for me to write and direct. But I would like to be in a position where I just wrote and then see what somebody else interprets from my writing. That would be really, really cool. So I haven't been able to be in that position yet. Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. Oh, what about the acting piece of it? How do you like the casting side? When you're doing your writing, do you have the characters already built in your head? What you want those individuals to Be like, sound like, act like.
Yeah, mostly it's like an energy or a vibe that I know I want the character to play. Sometimes I do have a visual in my head, like, oh, I think if this person was this tall, and you know, if this person had this tone of voice, it would be better. It would come off more. So I might have a whole character in mind, but sometimes it's just an energy. Like if this person can give this vibe, this warmness, like one of my characters' names is Miss Warhide, and she's like a nurturing character that gives love and guidance to the children, because it's like an orphanage. So I don't think I've really explained what it was about.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like leading the orphanage, and so I knew I wanted somebody who was warm, compassionate, and caring, and like could, you know, portray that. So
Can give.
yeah, right.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Sissy.
Oh no, I said that's great. And so, how long did your play run?
So it ran for about 2.5 years, and each time we put it on, we did about 3 days worth of showings.
Yeah. Where'd you go? Where'd you guys go? Where's some of the locations?
Well, actually, we stayed pretty local to the area, you know, here in Los Angeles County.
Okay.
But when 2020 hit, it hurt us because we were in the mode to like really travel and take off and do some things with the production, and we had a big cast. It was 30 people. So
that is
to now try to gather those 30 people back, a lot of things have changed in the last 3 years, you know.
Absolutely.
So now we're just revamping, and once I get my cast back together, we are definitely going to do a tour.
It's so exciting.
That's exciting
to hear that. It's a lot of work.
Yes, ma'am.
I know, my God.
And Message in a Garment is like you said, it stemmed from the BSU
Yes.
and the fashion show, kind of a combo play.
Right.
But how does the orphanage play into
Right. So basically, I started to think of a lot of the challenges that the Afro culture kind of deals with in America, and I try to like speak to each of those challenges. And so I looked at statistics, and I found that we have the majority of our men and women in the prison systems, and a lot of those people in the prison system start out in foster care. And so I wanted to attack that head on. So I said, okay, let's make our main two characters be some people in the foster care system. And so then I thought of other films or plays that were out there that dealt with foster care, and I thought of Annie, you know.
I've been thinking about Annie since you started talking. And then when you say you wanted a nice one, like they're not like that woman in Annie. They need a nice little, I swear.
Exactly, right?
not a horrible one like Annie?
Yeah.
Our girls did live theater, and one of their first plays was Annie.
Okay.
They were 5. Hello.
So see,
They were
yeah.
little orphans.
That was something everybody could relate to. Like everybody has heard of Annie, you know, or you've seen it, you experienced it in some way, you know. You've heard Tomorrow, you know. So, right. So I thought about Annie. I was like, okay.
Annie, are you okay?
Yeah.
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay?
Right.
Put the MJ spin on it.
Right. You gotta put MJ spin on it. If you don't put MJ spin on it, it ain't right. You know. But yeah, I thought about that, and so I was like, okay, I want that, but I also want a male's perspective there as well. So I put 2 siblings together, a brother and a sister.
What's their ages?
Their ages were 12 and 15. I made them a little older now in the musical, but originally they were 12 and 15. So you're really dealing with an adolescent and a teen, you know, these adolescents of these teenage years, these pre-adult years, you know.
Yeah.
And so they feel like they understand things. They know what's going on in life. They've experienced enough, you know. And so we take a journey with them, and they're kind of troubled, and they get into a lot of different things, and they find themselves at odds with Miss Warhide a few times because she's trying to guide them, which is the head leader of the orphanage. But then they meet this mystical character. His name is Mr. Hakima, and he's like a wise old dude that he's kind of quirky, he's kind of strange, he's different, but he's captivating to them. And so he takes them on a journey, and he starts teaching them things about their heritage and about, you know, how they got here and who they were prior to getting here and who they can be and what their choices could lead to. Okay. And so that's pretty much what the whole play, you know, is about.
That is so amazingly creative.
That is very exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wait. And so the fashion show comes in because that's just his gateway.
That was my question.
Yeah,
like, does he bring in the fashion?
Yeah, he's at a park, and that's the first way he gets their attention. He's like, look at these people, and so they see these different garments. At first, they see people with our everyday, you know, dress in America, and then it starts going backwards in time, and he starts to see what, you know, everyday common folk back in time wore, but then now he's starting to see what they're starting to see what the royal people wore. I don't know, I'm getting tongue tied, but yeah. And so they start to have some like pride about themselves, or at least a little bit like self-confidence, like, you know what, I don't come from nothing, you know, even though my parents might not have done all they can do in this time, maybe I can change that and do all I can do in my time, you know. So
that's absolutely beautiful.
Thanks.
Makes it very inspirational.
Thank you.
I mean, very inspirational.
Thank you.
I love plays too. And what made you think about a musical?
Because I'm a lyricist. I love music.
So and you wrote all the songs for the play?
I'm currently writing all of the songs. So we're just about maybe 65% complete in our music. And so I'm really excited about that, because a lot of people don't do a lot of R&B, jazz, hip-hop, and musicals. And so I want to bring that into the theater world.
We need that.
Yeah. I mean, I know we have Hamilton, but this is going to be a whole different type of Hamilton. You know, so I think it's going to be pretty cool.
I do too. I think it's going to be great. Look, you should tell this beautiful queen what you do and how it applies, and talk a little bit about your history and your art.
Yes, please.
The passion of what you've done with theater and GPE.
Well, my daytime job is I work as one of the deans at USC in the School of Dramatic Arts.
What? That's cool. Yeah. So you understand.
I understand just a little bit about.
Oh, way more than me. Way more than me.
About your passion. And about theater. That's why I said, you know, for me, theater definitely is it. It's much more exciting, and I think you're much more courageous.
Thank you.
When you go out there, right? Because you don't know what you're going to get. You're anticipating.
Absolutely.
You're looking. And then my sister established a production company, of which she invited me to be a part of.
Okay.
It's Gingy Productions and Entertainment, and we put on plays.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we did.
Love's our director.
And I was the director for The Bluest Eye.
Toni Morrison's work.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so we did that for the city of Compton.
Okay.
That's where we grew up, in Compton. And we brought the first live theatrical production to our community.
Wow, that's something to celebrate.
It was great.
That's awesome.
And we were on our way, and then we moved on, and we did kind of a variety show called the Renaissance Affair. We didn't do that one in Compton. We did that one in Long Beach.
Nice.
And then lovely COVID came. Kind of broke our momentum. So,
as you know.
Yeah.
Yes, I can relate, absolutely. But I think it rerouted us to be able to do things that we're doing now, right? Connect with people we probably wouldn't have connected with if 2020 hadn't hit.
Yeah, that's true. Now, I'm no lyricist. Jackie's the lyricist. She has a book of poetry that she has written.
Okay. I need to start writing again. So. Need to slow down and write, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. I know. So I did I wrote a play when I was in 6th grade, believe it or not.
Oh, I can believe it. I can believe it.
I need to try to find that play. But that was fun times. It was a cool little play. We had to do a project, you know, for creative writing in school. I remember doing that. I was in 6th grade. But then I started writing later on. But then I started writing, and then I stop, and then I start. And but I need to write, Lori. I need to do something.
Yes, you do.
I don't know if I want to do the poetry again, if I want to do like novel kind of stuff. Or, I don't know.
Did you get a lot of writing done when the pandemic hit? Did did you do a lot?
No, we really just was pushing the show to keep this alive. We were just like, we got to keep this alive. We're not going in the studio. What we going to do? Because, I mean, we was on fire. I mean, it was on fire. Every Saturday night, we was just packed in here. You know what I mean? Subjects. We got people everywhere in the hallways. Then COVID came, knocked it out the box, and then the studio itself wasn't open, so we were just hanging on by a thread, doing it online. And
we did it on Zoom. I think we did pretty good.
We regrouped. You know, we just like everybody in the world, just trying to get in where you fit in.
Right,
you know?
adapting. Yeah.
And then we came on back because it's our passion.
Nice. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're doing this.
Yeah, I'm glad too. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we do it. It's just fun. Like Sissy said.
It's fun. And I think we do have to, you know, I think for us in education, it was such an incredible journey that it just took all of our attentions to shift. I mean, we had 2 weeks to shift our entire operation online through the lens of, it's only going to be
a certain amount of time,
couple,
right?
You know, a couple months, which for us turned into 18 months before we came back on ground.
That's 2 weeks to prepare for 18 months.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
But I'm excited now. I think GP's gonna come out of retirement, and we're gonna put something together.
I would love
to see it. Who knows? Maybe we will produce a message in a garment.
Hey,
you never know.
I'm all for it. I love the idea. I do.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Maybe put some of your poetry
I could at least be
too.
in the friggin' fashion show.
We were really about to.
I ain't gotta talk. I could just
be in the fashion show. Absolutely.
I
I just want to hear the stories about the culture.
I
from
know,
the
and the
different
clothing.
fashions, and how that relates to the, the Atlantic trade.
Right.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
You know, if we think about that, how incredible that would be in elementary schools, or middle schools, for just like the kids who are in the orphanage, for them to know that they do not come from nothingness.
Exactly.
Right?
I really wanted to have the tour be where people who resource families, which are the foster parents and the families who are nurturing and caring for the children in the system. I really wanted to have it to where we donated a few of them when we're in their cities, that they can come and see the show for free. So that's really like one of my goals, to start, making enough revenue with it so that I can just start donating tickets to those people, because that's who I wanted to see it. People who it directly affects,
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. And sponsorship is the way to go.
Absolutely.
Right? I think when we did The Bluest Eye, one of the most impactful and powerful things, I think, is that we had a cast of few professional actors, but the majority of them were residents of Compton.
Yeah, that's what I did with mine.
Yeah, and they had never acted before. I'll never forget, we had one actor. She had put her kids through school, and she was in her early 50s, and it was a dream she had in high school.
Okay, that's awesome.
And so we cast her. And she was incredible. She was a hoot, but she did a great job. So it was
made her dream come true.
Yeah, we just made people's dreams come true. And she was, she got inspired. And then her daughter joined us for the second production, A Renaissance Affair. So it's just so wonderful to incorporate, the community into what you're
It's so
doing.
powerful how much the community will back you, because for the majority of my cast, it was people who never acted. And who were a part of the community as well. And they did a fantastic job. Like, they had my head turning like, is this the same person that showed up the first day? Right.
Absolutely.
So it's really cool.
It's a completely different energy, I bet.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I know for us, I mean, it gave purpose for, those 2-3 months for the kids they had some place to go.
Yes.
They were coming to rehearsal.
Yes.
They had, things to look forward to. They had lines they had to learn.
Right.
And it was great. But that in working in theater, it's a family, right? You
Absolutely.
create an
It's a
ensemble.
family affair.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of youth, too. So I have direct, understanding of what you mean when you say, how it affected the youth. We had them come in and do tutoring, before rehearsal. We recruited a lot of at-risk youth And by the end of the production, their parents were like, how much food do you want us to cook to celebrate? What do you want us to donate? Like, my child is a total different person from this whole production. So those were a lot of testimonies that I love to hear. And it was like, this is why I have to do this. Like, it's just, it's needed, you know? So I'm okay with dedicating my time, my money to this whole thing, because this is changing lives, you know?
Absolutely.
So I was grateful to see, you know, how powerful it was for people. I just was doing something I enjoyed doing.
That's the thing.
You know?
But that's what we're actually talking about tonight. And me and my sissy on the way here, and even with Rashid and you coming, is about passion. It's about you and the art, in my opinion. It's about, like, for instance, radio. I, like you, I tried basketball as a kid. Sucked at it. Didn't realize that until I tried, but I had to try, right? So
Absolutely.
Sucked at it, and then
I'm not sure you didn't suck at it.
I sucked at it, low-key, I think. And then I did cheer, right?
Okay.
And I adored it. And then I was like, oh, it was like it was fire, not like it was just fire. It was just everything I imagined it to be. As a kid, with my sister, my older sister, I only got one sister, my sissy. And so my sissy, we would go, I watch her cheer. I was in the 6th grade at the time.
Okay.
And she was in the 9th grade, right? And I grew up in a city called Compton, and there's 3 major high schools: Centennial High School, Dominguez High School, and the city's landmark, Compton High School. So my sister and I, we attended Compton High School. So when my sister... Back then, it was like 6th grade, and you graduate, and then you go 7th, 8th, 9th grade, and then you graduate 9th grade, and you go 10th, 11th, 12th.
Okay.
So, like, now they do the 9 through 12.
Right.
In this era, this is how it was. So, I'm in 6th grade, my sissy's in 9th grade, but see, now my sissy's getting ready to go to high school, so she's about to go over here with the big dogs.
Right.
She's about to go to Compton High. So she's such a trailblazer, and that's just not because she's here, but because she's my big sister, and I respect her.
Right.
And so what she did is she became... In the 9th grade, you try out to become in the drill team at Compton High. So you try out in the end of the 9th. And so she did. And she made it.
Okay.
And so now it's like, okay, so now we going to these games with my big sister because we got to watch her get ready. And she's drill team and getting ready to, she hadn't moved to cheer yet, but the first thing you got to start is with the drill team. If you want to be anything, and we just told her the other day, we could talk about that.
We did.
If you want to be anything, you had to start with the drill team. But here I am. I'm telling my story.
Okay.
A little girl at this time, 11 years old, and I'm just watching my sister, and I'm with her at these games, right? And we go to the games, and then on the football field, I see the cheerleaders, and I'm like, oh my God. And I literally used to just sit there and be like, I want to be a Compton High cheerleader one day. Gosh, I can't wait to be a Compton High. Just love to be a Compton High cheerleader one day. And then I was blessed to get that opportunity. My sister paved the way. Not, if you will, she in my world. My sister paved the way, and now it's 9th grade for me, and I'm get in the drill team, and then from drill team, and then the 11th grade is when you try out. So the end of the 10th grade is when you try out to see where you're going to go to the next episode. If you're going to go become a cheerleader, or if you're going to become a song leader, which have the same power, if you will, in terms of like class and status, right? And so you're like, okay, so what do you want to do? What do you want to be? And so I wanted to be a cheerleader so bad. I never wanted to be something at this point in my life. Something so bad in my little life. I just didn't.
That's
my
awesome.
sister, she went straight to the top. She's circumvented cheerleading, so she went from drill team, then she went straight to song leader.
Wow.
And so I'm like, okay, but it was just something about them cheerleaders. I don't know why. It was just some cheerleaders. I got
Right.
Yeah, I tried out, y'all. I was in so much pain. And I was thinking about this the other day. I had never had this much pain, even as a kid. We tried out so hard. And back in the day when I tried out, you guys remember, don't know when it came out because you're too young, but when Michael Jackson's Thriller album was fresh, and it was Starting Something. And man, that was one of the most grueling dance routines I think I've ever had to do and learn. And it was off of Michael Jackson's, oh my God,
that's
Starting
the
Something.
Cut. You gotta dance. You gotta do that one right.
Even to this day, and that's been over 35 years.
Wow.
I know the motions. I know this, and I'm supposed to do this, and I'm jumping in. I'm doing this now, and I'm doing this. You know,
That's awesome.
You're like, oh my God, and you just remember every moment of that. But when we cheered and we tried out, And I was the hardest thing I ever did in my life. I didn't know how to do a cartwheel. I wanted to do a cartwheel so bad. I used to bug this crap out of Sissy. Lord, you want to come outside? Please help me do my cartwheel. Please help me. My back leg just wasn't acting right. That back when you wanted to come over straight. And I just was like, Lord, my leg won't straight. Help me with my leg. Help me. Right. She was like, done with you, Jackie. I got suckered my daddy to come out there and help me. Help me with my leg, daddy. So, told judges that night, man, Mr. Johnson's class, and it was a Thursday, and I was in Algebra 2. And I'm sitting there trying to wonder why my brain couldn't understand the Pythagorean theorem he had on the board. Oh, and then they come in, the administrative bell, morning announcements, and then they finna get ready to tell you who made it for the cheerleading squad. And your heart is like, They call some people. Of course, my last name is R-A-Y, so I'm at the end of the alphabet.
Oh, man.
And you're just like, Jacqueline Ray. I didn't hear nothing else. For the rest of the day. When they called my name, that was it. Jesus. I didn't say Jesus. I'm saying that now. But as a kid, I just jumped up on there. I was gone, and you could tell from where every angle, everybody that made those attached units, the maid cheerleader, you just hearing girls screaming. Right. All over Compton High, everybody running out to the senior square, laughing and screaming. You couldn't tell me nothing.
Oh, you was it. You did what you had to do.
Then I'm Lori Ray's little sister, too. My sister already done paved the way. All I got to do is just go down the path of it.
It's all done.
And then radio. We've done acting, we've done plays, Sissy, we've done poetry, we've done recordings for spoken word music. And out of all those things, radio came to us about 7 years ago. And it stuck 7 years ago. And I don't even know why. I don't know if it chose me or I chose it. I kind of think it chose me. I'm thinking. I don't know. But it's so many people that we've been blessed. We've been blessed to meet and to know. And one thing I can just say about this, about passion, the word passion. To me, right now, the word passion is synonymous with fire. Because it's like, it's something inside of you that's like, I got to do this. I don't care if... When me and Sissy talk about this all the time when we've done shows, I don't care who come. If don't only one person show up, right, at that theater, remember, Lori? If only one person, and that was that one person who was supposed to see, because at the end of the day, I'm not doing it. Truly, I'm not doing it for them.
Right.
I'm doing it for me.
Absolutely.
Because no one will ever be able to take that away from you. No one can ever say you didn't do it. We did that. Be like, Lord, if we only do one play in this whole lifetime, we did one play.
Right.
Can't nobody take that play away from us. Right. Can't nobody say we didn't have the courage to do it, to raise the money, to find the people.
Absolutely.
On and on to the break of dawn. Right. And to me, it's something crazy about us, or something is wrong, when you just keep going and you be seeing all these roadblocks coming in front of you, and you just, I just keep going. Right. I just keep going, dummy. Hit my head again. I'm just going to keep going.
Right.
But that's it. You just keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to have it.
Yeah, and that's for me is the passion, right? It's like you just, what Diddy and them say, can't stop, won't stop.
Gotta win. Right? You gotta finish with that part. You gotta win.
I love it. I know I went off the gills, but that was it. Those are the major things in the world. Was that cheerleading? I still stuck on that cheerleading. Y'all loved it. That I could loved it. That's my ghetto side. I loved it.
Well, I gotta see this routine now. You said you remember it, so after this, we gotta pop the song on.
Girl, pop your legs. Girl, I'm in the hospital. Whatever did Jackie? Girl, we ain't see that bitch since the beginning of the year.
That's hilarious.
She was messing up here trying to do some. She went to the toe touch.
That was the last thing
I used to try to still. Then the craziest part is, and then I used to want to know, why does my knees hurt so bad? Why does my back hurt so bad now? It's like that was all them sliding down, flying in the sky, going to the splits, pyramids and stuff, all kind of crazy stuff. I'm like, that's why your back is problematic.
So were you ever able to be at the top of the triangle being flipped up?
No, was one of the more full-figured gals on the squad, so I was always on the base.
Your base, okay.
Yeah, I was on the base.
But you got the important job.
But let me tell you, right, so important.
That's important.
Let me tell you the story. So you know the story. So we're building a pyramid, just what you're saying, Queen. So we out there on the field. I used to hate it when the football players be out. I love the football players, didn't mean like that, but I used to hate it when the football players be out there and we try to practice. Because we out there trying to practice and they out there just goofing around. And remember, Lori, I was on the base. Well, you wasn't there, but I was on the base. We wanted Why did they come? Oh, God rest his soul. He passed away. His name is Sean Harper. This dude came and they cupped, right? You know, he cupped my underbody parts. Just put his whole entire hand underneath it from the Rudy to the Tootie and just grabbed my whole body parts. And so, you know, it wasn't just him. So Sean had me and another dude had some other girl. You know what I mean? They just all came and grabbed us and started touching and feeling it. We got on our skirts and shorts and shit, and here they come. And you just jumped out because somebody's feeling all up underneath you.
Wow.
Girl, remember Donette? She flew. She flew in the sky. Remember, she hurt her arm and stuff because the whole pyramid fell.
Wow.
I mean, you mentioned about that pyramid. That's just everything about that.
I don't know why they thought that was a good idea.
They was just feeling on us nasty butts. I couldn't stand it. I swear, drive me nuts.
The Me Too movement needed to meet you at high school a long time ago.
Oh my God, those are some of the fun days, though. I guess I never forget that, though. I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah. You know, just young.
Just young and silly.
Mischievous.
Yeah.
Just silly. I used to do that all the time. I hated that. But anyway, let me shut up. I'm going all the way back to Dickinson. I'm just sitting here thinking boys used to do that at Dickinson. I was in elementary school. I'm like, can you put your hands to yourself?
Oh, yeah. Kids. Elementary school is where it starts. They're not innocent. I'm looking at these kids and they come home, you know, my nephews, and they just look so innocent. I'm like,
you said so innocent.
You were doing something at school today, weren't you? You did something. You're looking too innocent right now.
That is very true. I have a question for the two of you.
Sure.
So, both of you have tried your hands at novels, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've written those.
Yeah.
Well, how do you go about meeting and understanding your characters? Where does that motivation come from? My sister's just, I'm amazed at the characters she creates. There's these two women she created in this book. They're going to New York. She's just got to finish it because I'm captivated. I've forgotten their names, but I'm
basically
captivated.
They're me and her. That's why she wants to hear the rest of the story.
She said, "Let me hear
it's me
about
and her.
me
What
and
happens
you and
our
journey."
shopping escapades in New York.
That is funny.
What is that character
Cool.
development? How does
I have
that
the book.
come about?
I found it since I've been cleaning up.
Did you?
Yeah,
Oh,
reorganizing. Yeah,
That's cool.
See.
in her clothes. I know.
I don't know. I'm interested to know what's your process and your character development first.
I'm gonna be honest. I just kind of like zone out and just allow. I don't know. People think I'm cuckoo, but just allow like the personalities and the voices to allow them to be.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just let them be. I just kind of and let them be, and then I'm listening. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm listening.
I understand
to them because they're already alive in my head.
The characters are.
And they're in here, so is that like a multiple personality? Or is that creativity?
I think it's
develop
a gift
first and then the story? Or does the story develop and then the characters come to be? Which happens first?
For me, I have like some type of insight on what's going on with the story. I know a lot about my character. But certain aspects of my character develops as I understand more of the story that the characters are telling me. You know, it's really hard to express it. It's just something that's out of this world. You know, it's a gift and it just comes to you and you're just kind of like
it's flowing,
putting it on paper. And when you look at it, and I like sometimes when I read back some of my work, I'm like, oh, that's what that was doing. You know, because honestly, I'm just in the moment. I'm not even really aware of what's going on with the whole project. So it's really hard to describe, honestly. Like, I know some people have a much more practical way of explaining it, but for me it's just so spiritual. You know, it's just
exactly.
Yeah,
that would happen to Jackie. I mean, we'd be like eating lunch, and then all of a sudden she wasn't eating lunch anymore. She's writing.
Right.
This has come to me. I've got to write it down.
Exactly. Yeah. And you think about it, all the people who had something come to them and wrote something down, whether it was true life events and stuff like that, we're using their information today. So it's really cool. It has to be beyond us, right?
I was just thinking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that yesterday. I'm going to tell you why. Okay, my day job, they have this new project app that we're working on. It's called Timely, right? And what this particular app does, or system integration for work on online workflow, this Timely allows us as employees. You go in and you literally you're just creating timesheets and saying what you've done.
I think I've seen that.
But what it does is it allows the back office to know, okay, well, Jacqueline spent 3 hours on this job and 2 hours doing this for this company, because we build different companies and little stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I was sitting there and I'm like, I am literally cataloging my life right now. Everything that I'm doing right now, because you got to write certain things down to prepare yourself to put it in the computer system. I'm like, if anybody come back, 10 years from now, they can say having a complete blueprint, not even exactly what the fuck I was doing.
Right, that's pretty cool.
For every moment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just thought about that. I literally just was thinking about that the other day. It's like just for every moment. And and then I referenced it to the Bible. It was like those people wrote down what was happening to them at real time.
Yeah.
And here we are, billions of years later, still reading about it, creating stories about it, arguing about it, saying it's real, saying it's fake. But at the end of the day, those are the same stories.
Right.
That we know some of them was told by prophets. So are those prophets talking to us when we're writing?
Who knows,
You know what I mean?
I was just listening to one of Frederick Douglass' books on Audible. I got to pull the phone out to know exactly which one it is, but he was kind of jotting down some memories of his own life. And for me, it opened up so much information just about what it meant to be born into slavery and then transition into freedom. Like you hear about some people were enslaved and then they're now free, and this all happened. But to understand how he saw it and how he experienced it from his own words is so powerful. And it even changes the way I think or see things from just a couple of days ago, from just hearing his experience. So how many people have read his novel and have been inspired by it, and he's just writing down what he's experienced. That's really cool. So
that is way cool.
Yeah.
Definitely. It is.
Yeah. We're creating
absolutely.
We're creating a path, or a train mule or something. I don't know. Case around, which just life is exciting, and you got to just live them as Shirley said. You just got to live them as they come.
Live them as they come, right?
And recognize the talents. I don't know. It's difficult sometimes, I'm guessing.
Actually, it was Booker T. Washington, Up From Slavery, his book.
It's called Up From Slavery.
Up From Slavery, yes.
Oh, I want to read that.
Yeah, it opens up and it just keeps you hooked. I put it on just so that I can hear a chapter and go to sleep. I was 4 chapters in. I was like, I got to turn this off. I'm supposed to be asleep right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's really good. So
yeah, that's really impactful. I went. My sister and I went to North Carolina at the beginning of December, and I went exploring, and I explored upon a slave plantation, and it was just really incredible to kind of stand where former slaves had been,
right?
And to see their house where they were housed, and it's just really, really moving.
Yeah, it hits you. At one point he said, we had a floor, but the floor was just dirt, and we slept on the floor, and this is the kind of clothes we wore, and it was just man, I couldn't imagine those conditions. Sometimes I find myself complaining,
right?
I'm so grateful that I'm not dealing with that somebody before me took that on and persevered through it so that I can be here today, freer.
Yeah.
So.
I saw another movie. Have you guys seen The Woman King?
Oh, I liked that movie. I liked it. I don't know.
I liked it too, but I didn't know it dealt with parts of the slave trade. I didn't know that until I watched it.
Yeah.
And that was the other side of it. That was a trip, right? Is that we would give our own people from that were captive.
So lucrative business.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. There's a lot of people. It's human trafficking.
Yeah.
You know, it's still going on.
Still going on. Absolutely.
That's how they learned it.
So
still going on.
Yeah, it's amazing how we turn on each other the way we do. It's
incredible. And the king in the Woman King, I don't know if you remember that, he basically said, I'm paraphrasing, these people from war collateral damage. We've got to sell them. We've got to sell them because that's our livelihood.
Right.
And someone has to be oppressed. So it's them or us.
Right. And sometimes I feel like that's a programming that someone is constantly putting in different films, books. It's a programming like somebody has to be at the bottom. We all can't be at the top. Right. I really feel like it's a sense of programming that is kind of like heart-wrenching sometimes, because I don't believe that personally. I feel like nobody needs to have too much more than the next person. Like, you know.
That was. But it turns out good, right?
Yes,
you know,
it does.
Viola Davis.
Yes.
Which you all should read her book. Oh, my goodness.
Is it good?
Adversity. If it had another name, it would be Overcoming Adversity. It ends up good because she goes back and rescues the people so they're not slaves.
Right.
Are shipped off to America, which is incredible. Which makes me wonder, I have not watched this, and I don't know if you ladies have, but there's been lots of noise regarding this new dramatic series called, is it Kindred? It's from a
Hulu?
book. Yeah, I think it's on Hulu, about a woman who, she's in modern day, but when she dreams, she transports back to slavery.
I must suck ass.
And
I swear to God, I would never go to sleep.
She said I wouldn't go to sleep. I've seen a couple of billboards or posters, but no, I haven't seen it.
See, I don't want. That's traumatizing. You told me you want to see that shit Mika was watching. I want to see that shit.
She said I'm good.
I haven't watched it, but I mean, there's been a lot of noise about it.
Sounds interesting. Now I might go turn it on.
It's just too much. It's too much.
It is
and then
heavy.
after Trump,
It's
y'all,
very
it's
heavy.
too much to be watching that kind of stuff after the Trump era. For me. For me. You feel me? Because when I was a little kid, you used to be looking, oh, how would I do that? What would I do? Then this shit happened. You guys still doing this shit. This is how I feel about it. I got a problem with this shit.
Right.
So I don't need no memories. And we got a lot real right now shit going the fuck on for me to be worried about it. I got to worry about what you're doing to me now.
Right. Yeah, maybe looking back is the biggest distraction. Yeah, I need to see what's ahead of me right now.
Here's another part in the I haven't watched it again. I've just seen little pieces of this.
Running into the White House, shooting people and stuff. They go
it's
insurrection. I lost their goddamn mind.
It's triggering.
It is, girl.
Man.
But I guess she begins a relationship with a white guy.
Okay.
Who's her, that's her boyfriend now. But then when she goes to sleep, one of the episodes, he's a slave owner.
See, that's why I never dealt with the other side. Because the first day you call me nigga bitch or Philly, it's over. It's over.
I'm like,
wow, a bed wench. That's what they come with. She's a good bed wench. Nah, player.
Her ancestors are saying, have you forgot? I'm going to put this in your dream.
You already know.
It's in her dream. So I'm trying
funny.
to build up the courage to watch it, right? I need to be courageous enough to watch it, but there's a lot of there. I don't know if you saw this play called Slave Play.
I have not seen that.
Oh, yeah. Slave Play deals with the whole idea of slavery, and there's these different fantasies that individuals have. It was at the Amazon. It ran for a little bit of time, but Slave Play. I don't remember the author, but if you get a chance, check it out.
I will.
Really
I'll put it in my notes.
Really provocative. Really provocative.
Put it in my notes.
Right. And there's
I like to see what people are cooking up in their mind, what they're thinking, because it tells me, okay, this is how I maneuver from now on. Right. Let me see what y'all talking about. Let me look at things from your perspective for a moment.
It is.
Absolutely.
So that one was really good. I saw Slave Play. It was like, oh, wow.
It's a cold game, y'all.
It is. It is. Definitely.
You got you still just got it all. So it's just, we're not gonna go down that trough.
But on to happier things.
That's it. Right? Go down that trough. But it's real though. It's real and it's real. And our younger generations need to, like they know.
Mm-hmm.
We got to keep talking about it.
Yeah.
Because it's not, how like the Jewish community keep the Holocaust alive. They don't let people forget that.
Right.
That's very true.
They do not. They want us to just act like nothing, like slavery never happened. We gonna give you no reparations. Y'all just go over there and sit down and be quiet.
Right.
No. But
I've been hearing a lot of different talk about reparations too lately, and somebody said a lot of people are scared because they think that it's going to actually happen, that reparations might actually happen, and other people saying that's never going to happen. So I'm interested to see what the conversation is in a few years. Like, what is it going to be? Is it going to happen? Is there something going to change?
And a bank account? You gonna give me a big bag of money and a crib?
Right.
Not just a big bag.
A big ass bag of money and a house.
They might give you a big bag of money and then say it's no good because we're doing crypto now.
Well, that part, right.
So,
the crypto guy got arrested, though.
I heard about
Madoff Jr.? Like Madoff with your money. Madoff with your fucking money.
Yeah, he got arrested.
Shut the door.
He did.
Crypto crimes?
For
Rashid,
crypto crimes.
For Bitcoin
I want to see that
fraud.
Documentary, Crypto Crimes. Sounds.
There's a space for you to write that.
We got a new movie. Crypto crime.
Crypto crime.
That's funny. Wow.
Look, I already know you're going to go running with the crypto crime.
I don't have enough information.
I never quite understood that, but we had a guest.
Oh my
Jackie, do you remember that?
I do,
guest?
Dante.
He knew
that
all
stuff
about it.
man.
Oh my goodness, like the back of his hand.
Yeah.
That's
But
his
I
name?
think this guy here was scamming folks.
Sam
with this,
Bakeman's his name?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Scamming them with their money. It was
Sam
kind of like
Bakeman Fried.
So Sam Bankman-Fried, a former founder of failed crypto exchange FTX, was arrested in the Bahamas on Monday after U.S. prosecutors filed criminal charges against him, according to a statement from the government of the Bahamas. The Southern District of New York, which is investigating Bankman-Fried and the collapse of FTX and his sister trading firm Alameda, confirmed his arrest on Twitter. Earlier this evening, Bahamian authorities arrested Samuel Bankman-Fried at the request of the U.S. government based on a sealed indictment filed by the SDNY. We expect to move to unseal the indictment on the morning. We will have more to say at the time.
Wow.
Known as SBF, Bankman-Fried is a crypto celebrity who became a pariah overnight as his company suffered a liquidity crisis and filed for bankruptcy last month. Basically, his cryptocurrency lost value, turned to liquid.
Million depositors unable to
nothing.
access their funds.
Having at least 1 million depositors unable to access their funds. Basically, their money.
Is he a fraud too?
It's gone.
Is he another for real Bernie Madoff? These people gonna get sick of giving these motherfuckers their money and just giving it to them, giving it to them, just giving it to them, just giving it to them, just giving it to them. Wow.
Let's see. The Securities and Exchange Commission said that it authorized separate charges related to Bankman-Fried's violations of securities law, which will be filed public on Tuesday. It's clear what charges await Bankman-Fried, a 30-year-old crypto celebrity who became a pariah overnight last month. His company suffered a liquidity crisis and filed for bankruptcy, leaving at least 1 million depositors unable to access their funds. New York Times, citing a person familiar with the matter, reported that the charges against Bankman include wire fraud conspiracy, securities fraud conspiracy, and money laundering.
Wow.
There is a bug in here.
I know. It's a fun.
Driving me nuts.
Yeah, so basically, he quote unquote scammed these people out of their money in the crypto market, and he was chilling in the Bahamas.
Let's see.
And got caught. And got arrested. Wow. While in the Bahamas. And now he is going
being
to be
extradited back home.
Waiting trial, and I believe he's being held on 250.
Now, is this the founder of cryptocurrency?
No, he's not the founder.
He's like a trader or something.
Okay. No, he's just a creator of FTX trading.
Yeah, because they're different coins. They're different.
Right. There are different types of actual coins when it comes to the cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, Dogecoin, just different types of coins.
So this
way too many for me to actually try to.
So he's a founder of one of the coins. I'm understanding.
Yes. He's a
fraudulent.
Founder
I hope you don't have any of his coins.
No, I don't.
Okay.
And currently, yes, he is being held on 250. And after they agreed to sign a $250 million bond and keep him at their California home while he awaits trial on charges that he swindled investors and looted customer deposits on his FTX trading.
Oh.
So.
But I think, people, you were saying that, Jackie, that people, why do they give him their money? Who knows? I also saw in the news that there's one housewife that went to jail. Did you hear that from one of these popular shows? She was doing a securities type of scam. She's like on one of those, housewives of someplace. I don't know.
Housewife that went to jail.
A great search.
Real Housewife stars Jen Shah. Sentence, that's her, to 6.5 years in jail.
For committing wire fraud for running a telemarketing scam that defrauded elderly people
out of thousands of dollars.
You deserve to be in jail. You son of a.
She's still from the elderly.
You out here stealing from the elderly? Talking about.
That's that horrible.
Talking about. I'm your long lost granddaughter, and I need me some like $20,000 to be wired to my account. Okay, sure, baby.
There's actually a film that has a woman kind of, conning old people out of their riches, saying she's their family. So,
right.
I don't know what it's called, but that's crazy.
It's a scam.
But I got a scam call today, y'all. They called me. Telling me I had bought a vacation that I had not used, right? And that it had expired. I had to use the vacation within 18 months, and they're assuming because of COVID, I hadn't used the vacation.
Okay.
But they're willing to give me that vacation back, along with 3 other vacations and a cruise.
Okay. Oh, that's a sweet
All
deal.
I have to do, isn't that sweet? So I went from no vacation to now I got 6 vacations. Well, 5 vacations and a cruise.
Right.
I only have to send them $1,298 to be able. That's it.
Oh,
that's it.
That seems oddly specific.
They say I need you to pay a couple of bills for me.
Again, oddly specific. $1,298.
That sounds like I need you to pay my house. I need you to pay my car note. I need you to pay my electric bill.
Yeah, you're right.
I need you to pay my gas bill.
Right.
Like,
But somebody might. I'm poor, so I wouldn't. But somebody might be like, "Oh, okay, I'm getting that, and for the low cost."
You could have just said,
$12.98.
But then again, I would ask. So, what's the name of your company?
I started asking those questions. I was like, "Who are you? Are you Marriott? Who are you? What's the name of your company?" Right. And how did I win this? What did I buy? Exactly when was it? And then they hung up.
Of course, because they knew the jig was up.
You push it back.
Exactly.
They were like, "Oh shit! She on to us! Go! Get out of here! Before she report the number, cancel the number. Take the chip out."
Right, exactly. That's crazy.
She'll never find us.
I think it just talks about the state of our world, right, and the desperate times in which we're living. And I think people are really, really hurting, and they want some relief from that. I think COVID, we lost, I don't know, millions of people died.
Yeah.
And when you think about that reverberating back out, right?
Right.
There's a lot of pain and hurt there, and vulnerability.
Yeah,
for
and
people.
someone that we just lost. I was in the hip hop part 3-6 Mafia, Gangsta Boo. Yeah, back when we just lost her.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm interested, how, as writers, how does the real world and life affect your writing, or does it?
For me, it does. I think it definitely affects my writing. Like for a lot of people, they were able to be very productive, right, during the pandemic. As a writer, I couldn't write anything.
You could not.
I couldn't. There was no inspiration. There was nothing nudging me to write anything. It was just like a famine, you know. It's like it's nothing to eat, or, you know, everything's dry.
Yeah.
That's how it felt.
Right. Now, after we're on the other side of the pandemic, have you thought about writing about that, or documenting that experience, memorializing it through your art in any way?
That would be a good idea, but for me personally, I have not, you know. I probably will sit and ponder on that now.
I know, right? I should be doing it, I should be doing it.
Right. But for me, no, I didn't think about, you know, jotting down any information, or, you know, trying to, like, give a memoir about, like, this is what it was, or no. But I am writing something that gives a whole, like, breakdown of how I see the world and how I've observed it from youth. And so I'm sure moments of the pandemic will be in that.
Will appear in there.
Yeah.
I wondered about that. I have a friend, one of our faculty members, who was commissioned by a playhouse to write about this period
That would
of
be
COVID.
interesting.
Yeah, I think the name of the play is Apartment Living by Boney Alvarez. It was good. I saw the first. I think he did like a one act. I don't think it's complete, but
Okay.
but it'll be interesting, right, to look 10 years from now,
Right.
to see what those works are, right? What has been written about this period in time of which we're living through, right?
Yeah, I have a friend, he also writes and directs as well. And he did something right after the pandemic to kind of, I don't know, give his kind of viewpoint on what the pandemic was for him and his wife. And he called it, that's what I was looking up in my phone. He called it "We Made God Laugh," and he was talking about all the plans that he had and him and his wife had pre-pandemic, and then how those plans changed, and how so many things took place, like loss of life, of jobs, of, you know, comfort, and then post-pandemic. So I thought it was pretty cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So I guess a lot of people are inspired by certain things and are doing things to document it. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. So what advice would you have for aspiring young writers? So they're sitting at home thinking about, I got all these ideas, but they don't have the courage enough to put them on paper. They don't think it's valuable enough to do.
I had to learn nobody else had my voice. And the only way my voice was going to be heard if I spoke. And so I think that would be the only thing that I would encourage somebody to do. You know, I'm still trying to figure it out myself, but I would say you're the only one that has your voice. Don't mute yourself, because you're never going to be heard if you don't just at least speak.
Something.
Yeah, say something. You know, don't do it for any type of reaction. Just do it for you to hear yourself first, you know. Just jot it down, and then you start to get inspiration on what to do with it or where to go, and then direction as well. And people come along the way, and it becomes something you never expected it to be, you know. But just allow yourself to say something, write it down, and then listen to yourself, read it. Like I said, sometimes I would write something, had no idea really what I was writing, and when I read it again, I was like, oh, that's what that meant. So sometimes just listen to yourself by writing it down and then reading it back, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, with your first novel, Did you go the self-publishing route, or was it picked up by a publishing company?
I have been very stingy with my novels.
Okay.
Very, very stingy. So that means I have not really pursued publishing them. Mm-hmm. My very first novel, I held on to it for a long time because I wrote it at 17. And I just holding on to it. And then I talked to this publisher, and she was like really stoked about it. She was like, let me do it, let me put it out for you. And I was happy, excited about it. And then I just felt a huge halt in myself. Like, I don't want to do this right now. And I think my writings were held up for like this time. Like there's a certain time that things should manifest because it's when it's going to be most beneficial. And I think that me now pursuing all of those things that I've done or invested time in and resources in, I'm now pushing them. And I feel like it's a lot more satisfying now than it would have been. Then it would have just been like, oh, I accomplished something, da-da-da-da-da. But my head wasn't in the right space to really understand my purpose behind my writing. So.
Purpose-driven life, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Did you major in writing or theater or playwriting?
I majored in business administration.
Money.
Right. And it does not teach you anything about business, let me tell you. It teaches you how to be a great employee. So
is that what it teaches?
Yes. That's what it teaches you. It doesn't teach you to be an owner and have any type of ownership of anything. So no, I didn't. I should have majored in writing. I should have went after what I was passionate about, and I just want to have something to sustain myself, And that's why I chose business administration.
And when did you begin writing?
Very, very young. My family members still tease me because they sing a lot of my songs back to me from when I was like maybe 7 years old. They'll just come up to me and start singing them to me. I'm like, stop it.
That's great.
But it's really cool. So yeah, since I was 7 years old.
Yeah. That's cool. That is. Yeah.
A lot of years now.
I know.
Yeah. And so you write songs as well from your lyrics. And have you decided to branch out and share that with the world, or are you stingy with those as well?
I have been stingy with everything, but I do have a music video on YouTube under D3O Productions because it's a production that I am trying to get off the ground and have been pursuing getting off the ground since 2015.
Can we watch that?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Could you pull it up for us, Rashid?
Hold on. What's the name of it?
D3O Productions.
D3O.
L, like Larry.
Oh, L. Production.
Yes. So it's the first one, yeah. If you scroll down, it should be right there in the black and white. Yes.
All right, here we go.
Okay, come and get me. So ready, I ain't gotta get ready. I was moved by the king, he ordained and prepared me. Sitting so pretty, sitting so sedity. Show us the love, wishing in your city. JC reppin', yeah, D3O Productions. You may lust for it, but there's no seduction.
If you wanna come and get it, come and get it. If you wanna come and get it, I'm scared. If you wanna come and get it, come and get it. If you wanna come and get it, I'm scared. If you wanna come and get it, come and get it. If you wanna come and get it, I'm scared. If you wanna come and get it, come and get it. If you wanna come and get it,
all my life I had to fight to defend me. How can I live life if you are against me? I ain't one to be considered a wimpy. Hands up if you need it.
I ain't scared, come and get it out. They say I'm cocky with my gift, boy. Cocky with my gift. They say I gotta tone it down. Tone it down. Other people say it's not enough. Man, I know you got it while you holding out. So if you need it, I got it. I'm like repeatedly popping like a comedian. I can keep it rolling till you falling out of your shit. It's not a problem. Feeling for something different. I got it. It's in my pocket.
I got the bomb and I'm ready to blow. It is my time, so I let people know. I am not done, so I cannot go home. I say I am not done, so I cannot go home.
Yeah, it's nightlife, so you know the deal. Cross up in the air, so I know it's real. JC reppin' on my nights, are you with me? Y'all don't wanna be the only one that's saying come and get me. I'm scared. If you wanna come and get it, come and get it. If you wanna come and get it, I'm scared. If you wanna come and get it, come and get it. If you wanna come and get it, I'm scared. If you wanna come and get it, come and get it. If you wanna come and get it, I'm scared. If you wanna come and get it, come and get it. If you wanna come and get it,
When you faced with opposition, make sure to stay bold. Like my little sister paid you. Tell them what you say.
I ain't scared. You up for the kill. I'm so thrilled and my rifle is ready. I ain't scared. I'm ready for war. You're my target. I'm firm and I'm steady. I ain't scared. I'm looking for blood and I'll pounce on my prey if you let me. Come and get me. My heart is racing, sweat is dripping, the vengeance so heavy.
we ain't scared. If you wanna come and get it, come and get it. If you wanna come and get it, I'm scared. If you wanna come and get it, come and get it. If you wanna come and get it, I'm scared. If you wanna come and get it, come and get it. If you wanna come and get it, I'm scared. If you wanna come and get it, come and get it. If you wanna come and get it,
That was great.
Thank you.
Wow. Why didn't you just keep on going with that? What was the pullback?
I don't see myself as an artist. I don't like to really be in the front or in the spotlight like that. Like I like to be in the back.
But you were good.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Great.
Why? Do you know why you don't?
I don't know. I prefer being the one who's creating the message than the one who's portraying someone else's message.
Delivering it. Huh?
Yeah. So, like, it's fun, you know, being an actress. Sometimes I've done play where I was in the front and the main character, or it's fun going up there and, you know, recording and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's like you're going to, as an actress or a singer or a rapper, you're going to end up writing and rapping somebody else's songs, you know, performing somebody else's words and things like that. So I would prefer to be the one writing instead of me, you know, like I'm more into the message, you know, of things than anything else. So
Okay. Wow, I like that.
I know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Did you have a lot to do with the production on that piece? Any involvement, or did you
Come in as the artist and keep it moving.
Oh, I did most of the writing. I helped with the production of the music. I did all of the directing of the video, and I wrote the video. So
That's really cool.
yeah, it was. I was like all in on that because it was my very first one, you know. So sometimes you're like, oh, I just want, this is my baby. I want to be a part of every part of it, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you're working on now? What's in the pipeline?
I am doing an EP, okay? But just because I just need to express as an artist, not because I want to be an artist. So we'll see how that goes. I do want to put them on all the what is it? Streams. Like I want it to be on, all the platforms. There you go. So I want it to be there, but just as a way of expression, like a public diary kind of. Yeah. And then I'm still working on the musical, and probably gonna start doing like short skits and putting them on my YouTube channel. So.
Right. Now, if anyone wanted to get an opportunity to listen to more of your work, what are your social media handles that they could use?
So for YouTube, my social media is D3O Productions. You'll have like some portions of my very first play, so you'll see like where we started out. I have plans on posting the newest one, so you can see like where we evolved, and then I think we're gonna like be even much better than that time when we post our next one, when we finish production. For Instagram, you can see me on Naya_Lay, so NAEYA _LEIGH.
That's nice.
Thank you. And am I on any other platforms? I mean, I have a TikTok and things like that, but I am not on those platforms at all. I have a Twitter. I don't even know the passcode. So. I'm trying to do better with my social media presence, you know.
It's hard work.
Yeah, it is. So,
it really is.
I mean, you can probably see the work I'm putting into my Instagram now, so that's probably the most vibrant page I have. But other than that, I'm kind of like MIA on my platforms.
Hey, I can do
MIA.
And I know you're aesthetically, you don't look too much older, but sometimes my sister asks this question: what would you, who you are right now, tell your younger self? Advice.
Well, I'm 34 now. I'll be 35 this year, so I'm a lot older than people think. So even if I go back 25 years, if I tell my 25-year-old self, I would say, it's okay to be you. It's okay to be you. I think I would be much further along in life if I was comfortable with self. You know. So.
What about you, Sissy?
Ooh. I would tell my younger self so many things. So many things. First one be don't take that wrong turn back there somewhere.
Right.
Don't go to the left. You made the wrong turn. To the left.
Detour.
Detour.
Danger.
Right. Danger ahead.
Right. I think I would tell my younger self of the million things that I would say. But one thing would be, it's okay to say no. It took me a long, long time to feel that I could say no to stuff that I did not want to do.
That's a good one. Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So I would have that piece of advice, but I agree with you. I would tell myself too, my younger self, not to be such a rule follower.
Right.
Yeah.
How much more rebellious do you want to be?
She's like, you already were rebellious. Let me hear some stories.
Is we
Because I couldn't tell. She's so polished right now.
There's more to do. Don't follow all them rules. That's what I have to add there. What would you tell your younger self, Jacqueline?
So watch out for my big sister. That's what I was saying.
While I'm over here wowing out. Wowing.
Run.
Because you took a wrong turn back there somewhere. Exactly. I know. We did.
Just keep going. But that's why now you just got to keep going.
The POJ show has definitely taught me that you have to keep going, and that I say this to my family, and they get tired of hearing it. But this will be the first time I say it in 2023, so that's exciting.
I'm excited to hear it. I've never heard it.
I know. Here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready? I tell my family, including my sister, go slow. Right. And that's like, because anything that's a fraud, right, I think can't maintain stamina for a very long period of time, right?
Yeah.
It becomes uncovered. So I think there was a period in my life where I was so afraid that something may fail, or so afraid that, this isn't going to be right, right? That it inhibited me from really going forward. But I think to tell my younger self, and why I tell my family, my kids, my nieces who are like my kids, experience it, but go slow.
Okay.
Go slow so that you're able to see whatever it is you're doing, right? You're able to process it. You're able to sit with it. But don't miss out on the opportunity of experiencing it because you think it might go to the left.
Yeah, I heard that when you said it, experience it, but go slow.
Go slow.
I like that. Yeah.
When somebody push you from behind and then all of a sudden you start running down a fucking hill, what happens if you go slow? Hey.
Well, if someone pushes you from behind, then that's different. It's not you. Then you just got to pick up momentum to keep. You ever tried to fall? You've been falling, but you start running faster. You right yourself. You just got to start running faster.
To break the fall.
Right, to break the fall.
At that point, go faster.
There you go.
Right.
Don't slow down. Speed up.
If you are pushed, speed up.
That's funny.
Gain momentum.
Yes. Yeah.
That is funny.
Well, I use that. Experience it, but go slow. I like that.
That is so bad.
That's so bad. So bad. Well, did you have a good time with us here?
A really, really good time. Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, I have a request.
Sure.
We'd love for you to come back.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we'd like for you to, read some excerpts.
Yes.
Oh,
give us
absolutely.
some lyrics,
I will. I'll give you some.
Exactly. Stop being
content.
so stingy. That's your 2023 goal.
That
right?
is my 2023 goal. It is.
You agree, huh?
Everybody who knows me and have experienced a little of my writing and things like that, they're like, just go for it. Like, do it. What are you holding back for? I'm like, I don't know. It's for me. I don't want to share.
Right. You're like, what's your name? Erica Badu, right?
We are both Pisces.
She's like, I'm sensitive about my shit.
Right. I really am.
Right. But, sometimes if you hold things so close, nothing can get out. But guess what? Nothing can get in either.
There you
and
go.
That's what you got to think about.
And I have started learning that once I started releasing things. I was like, oh, I like what I'm receiving. Like just information, knowledge, relationships. I like it. So.
But you have a lot to share. I mean, the POJ show is committed to the community and always trying to inspire. And I think you have a lot that you can share with other individuals that are at home or at work or wherever wanting to try some things and to know that you were courageous enough to do it.
Thank you.
I think inspires people.
Well, I feel like you all have inspired me so much right now. You have no idea. You have no idea. My brothers came to me wanting to do a podcast. We did 2 episodes and we've done nothing since.
Oh my gosh, really?
And so I got to talk to them and say this podcast that I was just on was so amazing. It was so fun. And we have to continue on our mission, or at least, support other podcasts, that's already doing it if we're not going to continue ours. But I really enjoyed myself.
Well, good. We're so happy that you did. Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
And now it's been a beautiful time. Yeah. So you're definitely going to come back and hang out with us?
Absolutely. Just let me know whenever. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We have lots of different topics, different things on social issues, and just all kinds. We have another show coming up on fentanyl.
On fentanyl. Yeah. If you have thoughts on that, we'd love to have you join the panel.
Man.
It's really
that's
a
heavy subject, huh? Yeah.
It'll be our second one. I had a gentleman on about a year ago or more whose son died too fentanyl overdose. He thought he was just taking some ecstasy for a party, and it was laced with fentanyl. And he died.
My brother's, one of his best friends experienced that. Now he was on life support, but now he is partially blind and partially paralyzed.
Oh my!
For the rest of his life from that.
Sorry to hear that.
And done to him, and it was done to him by friends. Like, they purposely wanted to see how he was going to react to it, but they had no idea that it was going to have such, major effects. They were so young. They were young. They had no idea what fentanyl did. So. It was,
and I saw this documentary during the holidays. They are packaging this stuff intentionally. It looks like Skittles, or it looks like sweet tarts. It looks like, you know what I'm saying? It's to invite the children.
What is the purpose of this?
I don't know. Because isn't the point, I know this sounds really bad, but I had a friend of mine who said this to me. Isn't the point of drug dealing to try to keep your...
That's what I'm saying. Why do you want to kill all the fucking people?
Why do you want to kill your
You're not going to have no repeat customers.
You won't have repeat business.
Oh, my God.
It's all coming from China. A lot of this stuff is coming directly from China.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah. So it makes you wonder about that conspiracy theory, because what they tend to think is that the Americans are drug addicts and the Americans like to be high. So the goal for world domination would be to keep them high. So send over as much drugs to the United States of America as you possibly can to let them kill themselves, because they're greedy, spoiled humans. Right, Queen? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they say it is. But
now the question is, are they right or were they wrong?
I think there's a story right there. That's our next book.
That's it. That's our book. That's our next show.
There you go.
Right. I love it. Yeah.
There you go.
That's
right
February.
Let me
first.
know.
No, it probably have to be the second, because Lori got a new grandbaby coming. So it'd be like the third week, second or third week in February, because you got that new baby coming.
I do have a little grandson coming on
Congratulations.
February 3rd. Thank you.
That's awesome. I know you're stoked.
I am. He's my second grandson.
Okay.
My first one's 5. He runs my
Going
life.
on 55.
I was just about to ask
He
you, are you
runs
the
my
grandmother who spoils?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Of course.
You know,
it's
basically.
can't have it no other way, right?
Look at my sister.
Boy, that would be a good word. That's an understatement. Massive.
Right.
By max proportions. I forgot I picked that
awesome.
up. Did you figure?
Yeah, I forgot. I put this over here. I was like,
What is that? What is that?
I'm like, oh yeah.
We had a good night.
We did.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming to see us, Queen. We appreciate you, and we'll see you back soon. Thank you, Lori G.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Thank you for having me, ladies.
All right.
It was a pleasure.
All right, this has been another edition of the POJ Joseph Show here on Accelerated Radio and YikesRadio.com. We will be back.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.